Hi, my name's Dr. William Marchand. I'm a psychiatrist, an author, and a mindfulness teacher. So mindfulness is simply developing the ability to keep our attention in the present moment. And that sounds very simple, but it actually isn't, because our minds want to wander. They want to think about the past, they want to think about the future. And again, that's not a bad thing, but it's that autopilot process, and we get carried away with our thoughts. And oftentimes we get stuck in habitual thinking patterns. And so mindfulness is best understood as simply the opposite of autopilot. It's keeping our attention in the present moment, just being aware of what we're experiencing right now. The thoughts, the emotions, the physical sensations of our bodies, the sounds, the sights. It's the typical live in the moment that we talk about, but it's actually practicing it. We all have autopilot thinking patterns. It's very normal. It's the way the mind works. And it's that our mind just starts thinking about the past or the future. A good example is worry. And sometimes this is very helpful. It's what makes us human. We're able to learn from the past and plan for the future. The problem is, though, we get stuck in habitual thinking patterns. And oftentimes those patterns aren't very helpful for us. So the aim of this video is for you to be able to start practicing mindfulness today by watching this video and the mindfulness exercise that I'm going to lead you through. Also, I'm inviting you to join my online mindfulness community where you can find others and have support for your mindfulness practice. So I developed a personal mindfulness practice in part just out of interest, but also because there's a lot of evidence that mindfulness works for people with psychiatric illness and for everyone. And we know that many people don't respond completely to conventional treatments for psychiatric disorders. And so this is another tool in the recovery toolbox. And it's not just about treating a disorder, it's really about living a much more enjoyable and satisfying life. You know, it's really very satisfying to teach mindfulness because people are so appreciative. It's a very, very simple concept, and it's easy to pick up and start doing. And so it's really a rewarding experience to help people discover that. So breathing is a wonderful thing. It keeps us alive, obviously, but the other thing is it always happens in the present moment. We don't breathe last week or next year. We always breathe right now. And so the breath is a wonderful anchor for mindfulness. If we're paying attention to the breath, we are focused on the present moment. We're being mindful. Well, as I mentioned, autopilot thinking gets us into trouble because we spend time worrying about the future or ruminating about the past. And so that really increases our stress and our anxiety. If we have pain, it makes the pain worse, physical or emotional pain. And so being able to move out of those thinking patterns and just be in the present moment is incredibly freeing for people. It really liberates people from their suffering. Meditation can sound like something that's really exotic or difficult, or that we need to sit on cushions with our legs crossed. But really, meditation is just simply focusing our attention where we want it. That's all it is. And we train our mind so that we can keep our attention where we want it. In the case of mindfulness, we want to keep our attention on the present moment rather than ruminating about the past or worrying about the future. So now we're going to actually do a guided meditation together. And this is a simple meditation with focusing our attention on the breath. So I will guide us through this, and this is a very good meditation that you can use on a daily basis to start your own mindfulness practice. Find a spot where you can sit comfortably, sitting upright with your hands in your lap, your feet on the floor. Find a position that honors your body, in a quiet place if that's available. Eyes open or closed. And gently take a moment to settle in. And now, as best we can, focusing our attention on the physical sensations of the breath. Anchoring our attention on our breathing. Noticing how it feels when the air comes in the nose, goes back through the sinuses, chest rising, ribs expanding, belly rising. And then the sensations of the exhalation. Chest and belly contracting. Air going back out the nostrils. And when the mind wanders, just being aware of that. That's what minds do, they wander. And gently escorting our attention back to the sensations of the breath. As best we can, being fully present with each moment, breath by breath. Not thinking about the past or the future, but simply being fully present with our lives right now, together, in this very moment. Perhaps noticing that in the present moment, there's nothing that we need to fix or change. We can simply be present with reality. Moment by moment. Again, noticing the mind may wander. And not trying to stop it, just simply letting it go, but moving attention back to the breath. The breath keeps us anchored in the present moment. This is mindful awareness. And now, gently beginning the transition from the meditation taking your time and slowly and gently shifting your attention back to wherever you are, to the room that you're in. And with great kindness and compassion for yourself, gently ending the meditation. Congratulations, you just finished your first mindfulness exercise. I really hope this is helpful for you, and I would encourage you to practice mindfulness meditation at least once every day. And please join our online communities to support your practice and answer your questions. Join us on Facebook or my website.